Hello there, Gemini, and welcome to your March reading. Really great to see you guys again. And just a reminder, every month you can use these videos for your sun sign, for your rising sign, and also for your moon. Okay, so every month when I'm beginning my reading, I pick a deck of cards that I think is going to resonate for you, and then I meditate on the sign. And for you, I got a message of paying attention to how you synthesize past experiences with current experiences. So the first word that I thought of was recall, but then I thought, no, it's less about remembering. It's more about how you apply it to what's happening now. So the synthesis of the information is what's important. Try to say that word like 5 times fast. I didn't pick the easiest one for your channeled information, but that's what came. So yeah, how are you going to synthesize things this month? And how can you take previous knowledge to avoid an outcome that you don't want? I think a lot of things this month you're going to be able to sort of maximize the best possible outcome. So this is about empowerment too, ultimately. Let's go ahead and shuffle the cards, and I'll explain how this reading works for those of you that are new. For those that are new, hello, and then for those that come back every month, thank you for your continued support here. I appreciate that. So I pull a Celtic cross to begin each month's forecast, and then I will expand it out or extend it to include health, wealth, love, and destiny. I also have what I call a catalyst, which I'm going to pull right after I finish these next 3 cards here, and that ties everything all together. So let's look at that catalyst card right now and see what your big lesson or opportunity is for this month. And so for you, beautiful card. It came through for another sign this month. I'm seeing the energy. Maybe it has to do with all the eclipses or, solar events that have been going on lately. But for you, it's miracle. I'll pull this a little closer and try and get the light on it the right way. There we go. So with this, it basically is showing you your own ability to make things happen. And again, I do believe this has to do with what you already know, what you already can bring forward, and believing and sort of like just allowing that miracle to happen. Your central card is Ace of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Swords reverse is reminding you a couple things here. The first thing that I'm seeing is not to let go of something that you want. Like a lot of times we get discouraged, right? Either something doesn't happen the way we expected or in the time that we expected or isn't delivered by the person that we thought it would be. This card is saying, stick with what you believe and speak up for yourself if you really need to defend yourself. You have the power, you have the skills, and the idea here is actually not to go in a negative place. And it's hard because there is a lot of negativity that's been floating around in this new year. I think 2017 is a year of change, and what we're seeing at the beginning is shaking up of everything, and there's a lot of fear and anxiety. So what you want to do is to elevate your ability to deal with some of this ambiguity. Queen of Swords is very direct. She is not afraid of saying what's on her mind, and when she's upright, she can do it in a way that is effective. She is like the best possible outcome. This is what you have to work against, which is the reverse of what I just said. Sometimes being short and maybe not empathizing with someone enough. So if you're receiving this, you have to be more direct with them. If you're giving this, you also need to kind of go to this more direct place. You want to basically take any sort of emotional attack out of it. It has to stick with, you have to stick with facts, you have to stay calm, and you have to be very careful with communication this month. So that's the main message at the center. Let's look at everything around it. So there's no way of not addressing the Devil card when it pops up, so I'm going to. The Devil card, as your crowning card, is speaking to what is it that's holding you down? What is it that is holding you back? The Robin Wood deck does a really good job of illustrating the Devil, which is usually 2 people chained to something. The beast is really more of what we make of it. It doesn't actually exist. It's all of the things in our life that create the beast. So for you, this is actually pointing down, and I'm going to look at what it's pointing down at. Again, it's your communication style this month that you want to be careful of. And it's also the attitude towards your work in your body, because when the 5 of Wands is in reverse, it shows to me working yourself into a fit of exhaustion, sometimes feeling defeated. So I want you to work against those two thoughts that I can't handle this, or these people are going to, they're winning against me. Instead, you turn it around and you just persevere. Because believe it or not, I think one of the key tenets to success is not necessarily, it's not just talent, it's not just timing, or just opportunity. Sometimes it's persistence. Because if you just keep trying and trying and trying and trying, your likeliness of success often improves, because other people just give up. So what I want you to be is be direct and don't give up, persevere, and don't get exhausted. Take a day off if you need to, but you don't have to quit the overall task that's sort of wearing you down. You just need to gain perspective, and then you'll feel energized. So part of this has to do with habits in your life. Now, I normally love the Magician card, but when the Magician's in reverse, it has to do with either taking things that were meant to help you and using them in a way that doesn't. So it can mean, it can hearken to abusing things like caffeine, nicotine, chocolate. Basically anything where a little it goes a long way, but a lot can hurt you. And so I want you to focus on those sort of treats in your life that may be going way into the excess. And the reason I mention that is on the near future. We have like a contributing factor in the near future. With this guy here, the Nine of Cups, basically countering this, I really want you to be careful, because there's a chance for you to go into this cycle, and it's crowned by the devil. So you could basically go into this cycle of self-medicating or trying to find a way to be happy through the wrong methods. So instead of this, try meditation, try taking just a vacation day, or exercise. Anything that can get a natural endorphin sort of rise instead of going to chemical or food. And if you're going to use food, I mean, this is a great time for you to look into speaking to a dietitian. Sometimes you can get like a free consultation if you're a member of a gym with a nutritionist, or if you're, certain health programs will allow you to get one consultation covered or something. Take advantage of it, or do some research online and look at the types of food that you're putting into your body, so that you can more sort of, how can I put this, basically effectively boost your metabolism and boost your immune system and your energy, so that you're not needing other things to sort of like bandage it up. So no surprise that your ego is the Strength card reverse, which is telling me your body is taking a beating because your mind has. And so the two of them have to come into some sort of symmetry and some sort of equilibrium, and that's your challenge this month. On the bright side, and there is a bright side, because I can almost, I could see the Gemini getting upset. This is a great month for you to start a new relationship, or if you're in a relationship, to reconnect with your partner on a spiritual, an emotional, or a physical level. Love it when the Ace of Cups is in your environment card. This is also showing me that you're ready and capable of giving unconditional love. A lot of times when I'm doing a relationship reading, if I don't see this, I wonder if the person, where they're at on the process, because I usually look for some sort of a Cups card, whether it's the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, or 10 of Cups. We need to see something that's showing that you're solid and that you're ready. So you are, and that's actually your biggest strength this month, is your love, your capacity to give and receive love. So if you need assistance, don't be afraid to accept it, because it's going to make your heart open. It's going to make people around you happy because they could help you. And this month you look like you're in a good place to explore more with relationships. Now the money card this month is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and it's in the hopes and fears area, which is suggesting that there is going to be more at work. People could be asking more of you in your own sort of budget. You might be needing to put out a little bit more as far as your finances go than you're taking in. Now for relationships, because this is a relationship card, the biggest challenge this month is long-term commitment. And what if the two of you have the same sort of goals in mind? So for those that are taking advantage of this beautiful Ace of Cups energy that's in your environment, and we're looking at the fear card here, where's it going? And we look at what you really should be doing, which is speaking from the heart. Don't be afraid to ask difficult questions. Talk to someone. If your intuition says that they're not interested in a long-term relationship, you can ask them or talk about it. And even then, if you still feel like that's that's the truth and they're not willing to talk about it yet, you've got to trust your intuition. One of the best things you could be doing this month is long-term planning. So when you're looking at where you want to be financially, where you want to be in your career, if you're in school, are you tracking towards graduation? And for those of you on a spiritual path, this card is all about not just sort of meditation, but this is like a vision quest card. So what you can do is, for those of you that are trying to sort of push yourself in a new direction, you want to either expand into a new business area that you haven't done, or again, you want to try something that isn't proven and you have some confidence issues. This card is basically challenging you to meditate on how wonderful that's going to feel when you actually get there. And so for those of you that are feeling a sense, I'm going to pull this down for a second. For those of you that are feeling a sense of hopelessness or feeling trapped, or maybe that you're stuck in some sort of a cycle that has to do with food, alcohol, nicotine, look at all the beautiful cards here on the right, which are saying you underneath it all, you know that you're capable of love, you're deserving of love, you should love yourself. Focus on how achieving something that you can't dream of not having in your life is going to actually be an act of self-love, that you deserve to have this goal. So feel how it feels to succeed, see the people around you that support you, see the love that's coming towards you. And as you do that, really take a deep breath in and sort of drink in all of that that possible energy and that potential that's right out there on the horizon. I want you to focus on that, because, my friends, that's how you call in a miracle. You believe that it can happen. You sort of ignite that it can happen, and you allow for something beautiful to take the place of something that has been either constricting or possibly some sort of a cycle that's happened where you no longer feel like you're in power, you're in control of your life. So you have the ability to make a wonderful shift this month. So let's expand out to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny and see how that's going to come into play. Remembering again, it's about the synthesis this month. So if there is something like a past cycle that you want to work through, it's not so much that you've been doing something that hasn't been serving you, it's that you decided to change and that you're going to use that experience to help other people. So a lot of times people that have been through something difficult, maybe it's even like post-traumatic stress, then you're able to help and counsel other people that are going through it and give back. And so your journey was one of sort of empowerment so you could help. So when we look at your health this month, divine healing. I would love for those of you that have never given yourself the gift of a Reiki treatment, a massage, or even working in a meditation group. If you've never meditated with like a group of 5 or 10 or more, it's an amazing experience, because your ability to kind of get out of your body and go further into the ethers, it's amplified beyond your imagination. Particularly when you're in a circle where everyone's devout, they do this regularly, it's almost like you can take a ride on the roller coaster with them. And so if you haven't done it before and you want to open up to meditation, try something like that. If you've ever wanted to experience some level of healing, whatever the modality is, whether it's acupuncture, what did I mention before? Massage therapy, or any sort of hands-on treatment, give yourself that opportunity. It's good and it's there for the taking. The card says, honor your sensitivity, retreat and recharge to heal. Your light can support others, and I think that's really what it's all about. We're supposed to shine brightly. Like, if we continue to sort of sit in a lower frequency, and that's really what the 5 of Wands reversed is a low frequency, then we invite just unsavory sort of experiences or people into our life. So I want you to increase your wattage this month and become as bright as possible. Okay, that's going to help your health, obviously. But this is about receiving healing. So do something that heals you, that you feel is going to help you. And then, by proxy, you're going to help other people. As we look at your wealth and career this month, we have guidance. The guidance card is reversed. So I really want you to scrutinize those people in your life that are giving you guidance in your career, or even in your finances. So So if it's your financial advisor, if it's your boss, listen to the guidance, but then you have to sort of weigh the scales and think, what works for me? Do I need to listen to everything here? Or do I need to find a new person to help me on the path of health or security or whatever it is you're looking for? Let's take a look at love and see what your divine relationship information is this month. So the note here is to express yourself, and that's exactly what the center card said. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. I think it's about speaking your truth as well, because this is what is going to help clear out any old cobwebs in existing relationships, and also it's going to open up new opportunities with people that are ready to see you for who you are. As we look at your destiny card, which I think is one of the most important ones, it's also the one that you can change the most. Actually, this card flew out, so it says worthy. And this has been a very common theme this month, self-worth, equating to what other people think about you. There's a lot of activity for many of you in your first chakra, and you may need to do some healing there, because that has a lot to do with security. Where do you feel secure? What maybe have you picked up either from your culture, your parents, or your peer group that no longer sort of accurately describes who you are? And then looking at relationships, how healthy are those relationships in your life? Who's giving you this sort of sense of doubt or maybe not feeling worthiness? If you can improve this, then your love is going to expand, your health is going to improve, and that devil card that we saw at the top is going to crumble. So let's look at everything and see how it comes together. So the main message this month, channeled wise, was to see how past experience plus present situation can be synthesized into the best outcome. And when we look at what that best outcome is, it's something miraculous. And when we look at what the miracle could be, the miracle has to start in your head. You have to dream it to do it. So that's your mantra this month. As we look at all of the cards and guidance, again, speaking the truth, cutting out any sort of nonsense with people in your life that don't speak the truth or are too critical, it's very key. Not going into a cycle where you're basically relying on other things to boost you. You have the power to do it yourself, and that's another way that you can get rid of this card at the top. And raising your overall frequency this month through meditation, exercise, and positive thoughts is going to be very helpful. Your body definitely needs a rest and some work done with regards to healing. And so we'll talk about that in a second. Love is at your disposal this month, though. You are very ready for unconditional love to enter in, and vice versa. You're ready to give love to others. Be careful with financial situations. You're probably going to need to invest more than you're going to save. We didn't get a lot with Pentacles this month, so this is a month to be more conservative with your spending. Dream big. That's really what the Two of Wands is saying. And again, to summarize your expanded forecast, any type of healing that you desire is going to help you this month, but particularly the sort of new age healing, body work, when it comes to Reiki or massage or acupuncture or healing through meditation, a meditation group. For wealth, make sure that you are comfortable with the financial guidance that you're receiving and the career guidance you're receiving. Just don't take a friend's word on it. Research into things before you dive head first. Be clear in your expression of love. Don't be coy. Don't play games basically this month. It's not going to get you anywhere. And unfortunately with games, people win and lose. So it's just not worth it when it comes to matters of the heart. Really focus on your feeling of self-worth and know that ultimately that is how you get rid of this. So self-worth, raising your frequency, and letting go of cycles that aren't suiting you. The devil is something that is completely avoidable and defeatable, if that's a word, this month. So allow yourself that ability to slay the devil. You can do it. All right, so I feel energized after reading for you, and I think these two cards are what I want you to walk away with today, is meditating on your potential and really believing with all your heart that that can happen, because that's exciting and that opens up opportunity for you. Okay, the rest of it is to do the work, because those miracles happen when you're prepared. So prepare yourself, but allow for the possibility of something to happen. So hopefully that was helpful. If you'd ever like more of a one-on-one reading, I do offer those, and I'll post the link in the corner. If you'd also just like to say thanks and support the channel, you can do that by liking or subscribing. You can also donate if you'd like, but that's completely optional. But I'll put a link at the end as well if you're interested in doing that. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you. You guys have been great. You leave a lot of really optimistic and supportive comments on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as this channel. And so I just want to say thank you for that feedback, and thank you for your continued enthusiasm and support, because that's what makes all of this worth my while and worth your while. So I hope I gave you what you needed this month. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to your hearts as well. Sat Nam, and see you soon. Bye-bye.